Hello everyone, my name is Andiswa Bukola and I am the isiXhosa researcher for the South African Center for Digital Language Resources, SADILA for short. My topic today is multilingualism as an instrument for fostering diversity in a country like South Africa. Multilingualism is promoting the use of multiple languages either by an individual or by a community. It can be viewed as a social trend driven by the needs of globalization and of cultural accessibility. So, a multilingual person is one that can be viewed as a person who communicates actively or passively in more than one language. Now, actively, it can be through speaking, writing, or through sign language, and passively, it can be by listening, reading, or perceiving. So in South Africa, we are known as the Rainbow Nation. Now, this is a title that captures the country's cultural and ethnic diversity, which was coined by our Archbishop Desmond Tutu in trying to describe post-apartheid South Africa after our first fully democratic election, which was held in 1994. I'm saying our fully democratic election, even though I was only 3 years old. But anyways. So these are just the stats to tell you the distribution of the population of South Africa. Taking a closer look at the people of South Africa, in South Africa we have 11 official languages. But we come from a period of time prior 1994 where only English and Afrikaans were the dominant languages that were used in schools, in the media, literally everywhere. But now, after 1994, when South Africa gained its democracy, more of all the indigenous languages were then included to be the official languages of the country, where their position is now being moved and developed so that they are standard languages that are used in all communication, and so that they can be languages of teaching and learning from primary school up until tertiary level. Multilingualism has received a great deal of attention in South African education and research over the last 2 decades. This was a part of the response to the inclusive democratic language in education policy on the 11 official languages. Through encouraging the addition of multilingualism in education, the language in education policy encourages the protection of home languages for learners within the context of human and linguistic rights. And this is very important because in the current situation, some children begin schooling in second or third or even fourth languages. And with that being said, research has also shown a mismatch between learners who are taught in their home language as compared to those who are taught in their first additional languages. And this usually results in unequal opportunities for students to have epistemological access to learning. So the question that we always ask ourselves as South Africans is, because we have this diverse and culturally rich country, how do we then embrace this diversity? And we were happy to realize that South Africa has developed official policies that encourage the linguistic diversity of the country, which promotes a united democratic nation with respect to language rights and multilingualism. And these kinds of policies are planned in collaboration with the broad social planning and transformation in South Africa. And this is stated in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, that the state must take practical and positive measures to elevate the status and advance the use of indigenous languages of the people in South Africa. It further states that all official languages must enjoy parity of esteem and must be treated equitably. And lastly, that everyone has the right to receive education in the official language or languages of their choice in public educational institutions. And this I can attest to, because now we come from an era where everything was taught in English, everything that we wrote was in English. Well, we had an option between English and Afrikaans, and I obviously chose English because that's the language that I'm comfortable with. But when I got to university, then we were awarded the opportunity to be able to write our thesis and dissertations in our mother tongue. So I was able to write my master's purely in isiXhosa. And another thing that the government was able to do in embracing this diversity was the formation of the research infrastructure, SADILA, which is the South African Center for Digital Languages, the institution that I work for, which is a national center supported by the Department of Science and Innovation as part of the new South African research infrastructure roadmap. Now, SADILA has an enabling function with a focus on all the official languages in South Africa, supporting research and development in the domains of language technologies and language-related studies in the humanities and social sciences. So what the center does is that it supports the creation, management, and distribution of digital language resources, as well as applicable software, which are freely available for research purposes through the language resource catalog in our website. And our clients include academic scholars and professionals in all domains of humanities, social sciences, language technologies, natural language processing, computer science, as well as potential end users in education, business, and industry. So to conclude, I hope that listening to my presentation, you were able to establish that multilingualism is very important for a diverse country like South Africa, where in the past we're only forced, I would say, into using only two languages during the apartheid era, and that post-democracy, it is vital for the country to systematically embrace and elevate all the official languages so that we can see them being language of teaching and learning, which is a process that has already started. But through such research, I believe that the standard of these languages will develop and be at a better position. Thank you very much for your time.